Say what?
I said, well, kind of like I said before.
Oh, you're getting shy on me now.
As I was saying, you look exceptionally handsome this morning.
You say that to all the fellas.
There you go. I know.
Let's have some cookies.
Well, I have to admit, confess that I'm getting a little bit nervous.
Are you?
Yeah. Yeah.
About?
The move.
Yeah? That's normal.
I think.
Is there any second thoughts or doubts or anything like that?
Not that. My only nervousness is something going to go wrong. I mean, bureaucracy-wise.
You can't get on the plane or that hoopla.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No regrets as far as the decision.
Okay.
And
It's
that's
the
kind
mechanics of it all.
Right, mechanics, yeah. Logistics. But,
yeah. Traveling is the most brutal experience I can think of these days. I had a friend go home the other night. Why he did this way, I have no clue. 40 hours from Dumaguete to wherever he was going.
He was saving money on.
Yeah, but he doesn't need to. You know what I mean? Well, the point being is that when I got something else, I got a drive-by on the house early this morning, but it was a good one.
Okay, good.
You can fly from Manila to LAX. It's a 15-hour flight only.
That's it.
Right?
That's the one.
It's a trip because it's 18 hours getting here. I guess it's headwinds or something.
Maybe.
I don't know.
But that's it. 15 hours.
15 hours. And then from LAX, you can go anywhere on in America.
Yeah.
So why somebody goes to Taipei and then they go to Taiwan, then they jump over to Saudi Arabia, and then they come over here? I don't get it because it's just not that much of a savings. To me, you know, I will pay, I'm not rich, but I will pay an extra $100 or $200 to avoid 2 days, you know, sitting in airports and it gets more expensive because you start buying snacks and food in the airport and all that kind of stuff. And and it's just too hard on my body. It's just too hard on my brain.
Right.
And then you get into those foreign countries and you know they're announcing things in Japanese or wherever you are.
Oh, that's what I like about it, though. There's different languages.
Well, you would. Let's just watch Japanese cartoons, okay? You don't have to get on an airplane for $3,000.
Well, I'll tell you a little secret.
Right.
Just between me and you.
Just between me and you.
Where I lived in California is about 2 hours from LAX, Central Valley.
Yeah.
I would take a trip to LAX just to sit there and watch the people going here, going there, exotic places, languages, you know, here and there.
Yeah.
Oh, and, you know, there's restaurants on the second floor up there. I would just sit there just like here.
You know that big dome thing they built? That's a restaurant. Yeah.
That what?
That big dome dealio that's been there since forever.
Yeah.
Is that where you went in that thing?
Yeah, there was what's the name of it? It's kind of a U shape and then the airplanes or airlines are all along that U. The very end, is it Bradley International? The very end.
Yeah.
That's where I would go because I want the international flights. So sit there and have my coffee and just kind of listen to the people.
Did you ever wonder about the people in the planes? And like where did they come from or where are they going and stuff like that?
Unfortunately, they seem most stressed. They're very stressful, seem like.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I have a memory of before coming out here, probably 2 years out, and I'd already cemented in my mind that I was doing this.
Yeah.
And I was so miserable in America, just so miserable. And it was just a rough 2.5, 3 years. Oh. And every blue moon, man, I would look up and I'd see a plane in the sky.
Yeah.
And I'd go, God, I wish I was on that plane.
Yeah. There it goes, flying to freedom, flying out of here.
Just take me away. Calgon, take me away.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah. Wow.
So this morning I was thinking about us, and this is like kind of our last
It is.
hurrah.
It is.
You know what I mean? And
Yeah,
we're going to see each other just
I've
before you go.
considered that,
But between now and then, you've got
Yeah.
things to do, and you're preparing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was reflecting. I was thinking back about us, and compared to relationships that I have with other people.
Yeah.
My wife on down to acquaintances to whatever. And I said, what is it that's so different about Bud? What is it? And the synergy that we have.
Yeah.
And it hit me like a ton of bricks this morning. I said, lack of agenda.
There you go.
Do you agree?
Lack of agenda, lack of expectations.
Yeah.
Just tacit understandings that we have no ulterior motive.
No.
I don't want any money from you. You don't want any
No.
money from me. You don't want me to do a favor. I don't want you to do a favor.
Right.
It's very relaxing.
And I like the topics that we talk about because we are so many things on the same page, and yet we've both had so many totally different life experiences. You know?
Yeah.
And then it's been such a privilege too, because I know that I've been able to share with you things that I've never shared with anyone before.
Yeah.
And
vice versa.
Yeah. And that's what a privilege it is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When someone tells you, hey man, I never told anybody, only my wife knows this.
Yeah.
But I've been carrying this around for 35 years.
Yeah.
And I'm going to tell you. I go home and I think, wow, that's a remarkable privilege for someone to trust you and know that you're not going to judge them, and you're not going to.
That's it.
You know what I mean? You're not going to think less of them or anything. I actually think more of people when they open up to you like that.
Yeah.
But with you, I know that you're a little sensitive. You know what I mean? With comments and stuff like that, where I'm a little thicker skinned.
Go get him, Paul.
I kind of invite him.
I'll stand behind you.
Kind of agitate him a little bit, just on purpose, just to see what'll happen.
Yeah, I'll put you like the bull run. You know, the guy's mixing behind me, so the bull will. I get behind you. Yeah.
I'll be sitting with a group of guys, and I'll think to myself, let's stir the pot.
Yeah. Well, that's. I think I've told you with Gloria, she's so overreactive that it's fun to tease. She's the kind that's fun to tease because they overreact.
Yeah.
Honey, this plant here, does this bother it if I whack it back and forth? Don't be touching that. You know. But if she didn't do anything, didn't react, then
it wouldn't be fun.
That.
Yeah.
I know.
And both of our wives are very similar.
I'm learning that more and more. And I learned about May.
Yeah.
She's a sweetheart.
Yeah, but she's just as she can be a tough cookie too, buddy.
Yeah.
I mean, you know.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah. Gloria, coming over here this morning, Gloria. She says, I haven't decided if I want to go. This gal, her acquaintance, she wants Gloria to be with her because when she meets these guys, Gloria knows American thinking. She knows the slang, even though she does have a strong accent, that's for sure. But her thinking, you know, she knows expressions and slang and a lot of stuff. So a lot of Americano, they feel comfortable around her. Because,
I do.
Yeah.
I always felt comfortable around Gloria.
Yeah.
From day one.
Yeah. But this gal wants Gloria to come along because she got a new boyfriend. And spiders and snakes here. That's what I love about, you know. So Gloria said, I don't know if she wants me to tell the guy, give advice on. I said, honey, I said, did he ask you, Ate Glo, would you give me advice on something? No, but this gal wants him. I said, look, that's their business. That's her and his business. My advice is that don't give advice, you know. But
unsolicited.
Everybody, we're all in different life stages, different situations. Gloria and I, of course, been married for so long. Our
Yeah.
relationship is really not like too many people that have, and some are still on their honeymoon and just
Yep.
are just having a child or something.
Right.
That's so far away from
Right.
us at this time.
Right,
You
right,
know?
right. You are in the minority, my friend. You know, a guy that's been married to the same woman from start to finish, seeing it through to the end. Good, the bad, the ups, the downs.
Yeah.
That's a feat within itself.
I can't help but I tell myself when I meet a Filipino, I say I've been married, 50 years. And then after I'm finished, I say, why do you have to always say that? Stop it. You're such a show off. And I say to myself, okay, I'm not going to, from now on, I'll meet somebody, just, hey, of course they want to know how long you've been here, this and that.
Right.
And oh, by the way, I've been married.
Yeah. And have you seen my permanent resident?
Yeah. Oh, man. I'm just an old chunk of coal, but I'm going to be a diamond someday.
That's right. And I'm going to keep the pressure on.
And Gloria.
So we can mold you.
Well, I had a comment the other day talking about me being sensitive to comments.
Mm-hmm.
He said, I was surprised that you're leaving the Philippines. You should feel obligated to stay here because they did a movie about you and your wife. You should feel obligated to stay here in the Philippines.
Uh-huh.
And so I'm thinking, hey kids, we miss you and everything, but they did a movie about us, so we're obligated to stay here the rest of our life.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Not.
Good Lord.
So, and I said to myself, don't say anything, don't respond,
I
but
know.
Paul, I had to.
I know. But, it's a trick bag of our own creation.
Yeah.
You put yourself out there.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt.
I was actually watching a clip this morning too. George Harrison of the Beatles.
Yep.
And they were interviewing him, and this is way back in the 70s, I guess this interview took place. And he said that there was about 6 or 7 years there where they were really super famous. And they said couldn't get a minute to themselves, really. I mean, every day they were being videotaped, they were being photographed, they were being recorded, they were being interviewed. Fans were standing outside their homes waiting and waving and wanting autographs and this and that and the other. And he says, you know what? He says, it's all really great and it's really fun. He says, but after 6 or 7 years, all I really wanted to do was just work in my garden.
Wow.
I just wanted to be by myself with my own thoughts and just solitude and be alone, And that's sort of what you and I, on a very, very minuscule scale, experience sometimes, is just the privacy factor of things,
Yeah.
And so
I think that's why this time is really precious.
super precious.
It is.
I think let me ask you this. Do you feel that you're like, of all the things that you've done in your life, you were a magician, you were a teacher, you were tried to do insurance and a myriad of other things. Do you feel that at this stage of the game that you're having is this the best part of your life right now? Or was 9 years old the best part of your life? I mean,
I think
can you box it up like that?
For some reason, in the back of my mind, I wanted to say, you can put me anywhere in the world and I'm going to survive and then I'll make it and I'm going to have fun.
Okay.
And I think that has been accomplished so far.
So you can't really say that there's like your 20s, your 30s, your 40s, your 50s were better than the others.
It was all a preparation for now. Now is on stage. Before it was all rehearsal,
Yeah.
But going to college, and learning the languages and and trying to get culturally smart on different cultures, different things. So I thought, and in spite, and I think in spite of all the negativity about wherever I go, I'm realizing that, we'll be okay. We'll be okay. No matter Mexico, San Diego, United States, or wherever, we'll be okay. And I'm really excited about it. I'm nervous, but I'm excited about it. It's just the old diving off the high board.
Yeah.
That last step.
Yeah. Well, I like the fact that when we were last talking, you said this isn't the end, this is the beginning. I'm not leaving anywhere. I'm going someplace.
Right.
You're just going.
Yeah.
It's like moving from Maple Street to Elm Street.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like I'm not really.
I've heard there's a lot of good things over on Elm Street.
You know,
let's go check it out. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll see. Talked with my daughter this morning.
Okay.
For some reason, more frequently we're talking as time gets closer.
Yeah.
And she was in the car with her daughter, our granddaughter, and she was all excited. And Gloria's at the point now, and me too, that it's a bit hard to get to sleep without our minds going and going.
I can only imagine.
So many options, so many things that could happen in a good way. I don't really focus on bad things, except I just know, especially here in the Philippines, and bureaucracy and logistics, but I'll be glad when the next time we talk, I say, Paul, that could not have gone better, smoother.
That's what I want to hear.
Yep.
Yeah, we've been dealing with the bureaucracies out here for 2 months. It's been the roughest 2 months in the Philippines for me. And it's not because we've had bad days or fights or anything like that. It's just cutting through the red tape.
That's it.
My goodness gracious me. And I think that would be the one thing that you're just gonna be going,
Yeah.
if you go to the DMV, for example, you need to renew your license. You're going to stand in one line, see one guy do it, pay your money, and boom, out you go. Where here it's a 5-day ordeal.
We have to laugh, otherwise we'll cry.
Brutal. Poor man. She's taking driving lessons. And
how's that going? Oh.
She had a horrible instructor.
Oh, no.
And so yesterday I put her in the car with me. And this guy was telling her all about holding at 10 and 2. And
10 and 2.
He wouldn't let her hit the gas pedal.
He wouldn't let her
hit the gas pedal.
Oh.
And he was teaching a U-turn. So I said, okay, show me how this guy taught you a U-turn. So she was behind the wheel, nervous as hell.
I'm sure.
And she went like this.
Yeah.
And then like this.
Yeah.
And like this.
Yeah.
And like this. And it's like, that's not how you do it. The car's stationary.
Yeah.
I'm thinking to myself, but I didn't say anything to May. I said, okay, baby. I said, now, put the wheel back.
Yeah.
I said, all right, now put it in D.
There you go.
Looking at me, and I said, and then I put my hand on the wheel.
Yeah.
And I was on this empty road.
Right.
That we've got. And so anyway, I just went around and I said, hit the gas, and she hit the gas, and she went super slow. And I helped her turn.
There you go.
And then we were driving.
Yeah.
And she goes, well, this is a lot easier. And all the guy had to be was gentle. And apparently he was one of these military young guys.
Yeah.
And, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
So anyway, we got her through. The bottom line on that whole debacle is that she got her learner's permit. So the next stage is her driver's license, which they walk her through that too. She has to go to one more class, and then she'll get her driver's license. And I said, you know what? We paid this money for you to go to driving school so that someone else could teach you how to drive, someone that speaks your language, and a pro. And we got none of that. I said, but let's look at the bright side of this. you get a driver's license, and that's the easy feat. And these guys with these driving schools, they have the way of going, you know what I'm talking about, to where, you know, you're not there for 5 days, you're there for 2 hours maybe, and then boom, 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 you got your picture and everything's done and everybody's happy. I said, so now we get you your driver's license, you're legal, but let me just go ahead and show you the rest of the nonsense. She wants to have and needs to have driver's license with my last name because we're now married.
Oh, yeah.
So before she can go and do all this happy stuff, we have to have an actual marriage license from Manila. Well, we got married over a month and a half ago, and we're supposed to have it within 30 days. But we got an email, the friendly little email, that they lost our marriage license. And so they're going to have to hand sign it. And then I had to photocopy, not photocopy, but I had to screenshot some stuff and send it off to them. And they said, yeah, that could take 2 to 4 months. And so I'm saying, well, now we're waiting 2 to 4 months before you can even go down and get your license. So that's put on hold. Well, I'm a guy that wants to, let's get it done. Boom. Let's get your license. Whack, you know. All right, now we got the certificate. Let's go out of the country. I can come back and get my Balikbayan visa. That's done. Okay, boom, bada bing, bada bang. No. And so finally I just said, you know what? I surrender. I can't change anything. I got to accept it. It's really, and then I had a little come to Jesus with myself, and I said, well, it's just time. So what if she gets a license tomorrow, or she gets one in 3 months? What if we go out of the country tomorrow or in 3 months? What's the difference? Nothing. What am I getting all worked up about? And I was getting worked up about, but it was just a frustration thing, you know? And so that's what I signed up for. So I needed to put on my big boy pants and say, welcome to the Philippines.
All part of the package.
Good Lord.
I need another coffee.
You need another cafe?
Oi. Can't hear me.
Yeah, I get 2.
That's what you do. You got 2.
I got 2 because these cups are like, you know.
I know. Come on. Are we
having
having
a
a little
tea party with your
I was
daughter?
going to say that. A little tea party. Pip, pip, cheerio.
Don't these people know we're professional coffee drinkers?
Yeah.
Huh?
And Oi. One more. What's up? Yeah. You want one too?
Yes.
Okay, 2. Hello.
I'm not going to let you get something without me getting something too. Then you win. No way. That's not happening.
That reminds me. Gloria. There was a guy came over, subscriber. This was many years ago. He said, he said, Ate, he said, we've been married 35 years. What I would have said, man, that's fantastic. That's wonderful. Congratulations. You know what she said?
I've been married 50.
Yeah. He had the best answer. You know what he said? You win. Oh my gosh, honey. We're not a contest.
Oh, I know Gloria.
You're right. That's exactly what she said. But his answer was perfect. You win.
Okay, yeah, you win.
You're the winner.
There was a movie out one time that was, what the hell was it? It was with Danny DeVito. And anyway, it was, I can't remember the name of the movie, but it was about him and his wife, and they went through this horrible, like 20-year divorce. You know, they were just fighting and 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 fighting. And finally she dies, and he was almost going to die, but she died first, and he went, I win.
Oh! Wow.
My coworker was crying, laughing about it.
And
it was a comedy.
Yeah,
you know, it was set up to be that way.
Yeah. Wow. Well.
So you got, what's like your biggest urge when you get back to the States? I know seeing the kids and all that happy stuff, but is there anything that you're just dying to do that you haven't been able to do while you're over
not
here?
Really, not
like any particular restaurant you want to go to?
Well,
or you're a foodie? I mean, are you craving you're not a meat eater though, so you're not like craving an In-N-Out burger like I was. No. So what's your dealio?
Mexican food.
Mexican food.
Even in Candy, well, Of course, on the border, either side of the border, you're going to get, good
Mexican food.
Yeah.
I can dig that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And where we used to live, of course, it's 2 hours farther in the Central Valley, but we had a restaurant that we would always, it was one of those celebration places. Anytime something special came.
Oh, that's where you went.
Yeah, we would go to this place. And which, by the way, Gloria, her worst fear is for me to tell the staff it's her birthday. Then they'll all gather around. Hey, it's your birthday.
Yeah.
I said, hey, hon, let's go. And then I would say, on her birthday, right? I would say, oh, I need to let them know it's your birthday. You do. I'm going to run. I'm going to get up and I'll run out of here. Don't you? Don't. And then so when the waiter comes, well, honey, what are you going to have for your birthday? Boy, you talk about daggers. Oh, is it her birthday?
Did I say that?
Out loud. Oh, man. But, we in particular like to go to Mexican restaurants, and that's what I miss. I've tried Mexican food here, but not quite the same.
No. I went to the airport, the restaurant there.
Yeah.
I took a couple of new guys over there.
Oh.
And they liked it okay. They liked the tacos a lot.
Oh.
They both said the same thing.
Yeah.
So it's not like home. It's not like California or wherever you're from.
Yeah. I've only gone there for breakfast. The breakfast is good. Of course, I get my omelet. That's about it. And so, but this next week, I'm making it a point to go to all the restaurants that I frequent and tell them, give them a goodbye hug and a selfie. And And I've done that a couple times.
Yeah.
But, I can't get used to I'm not used to the selfie. You hold it up, your thumb, and somebody said
You can't get somebody to take your picture?
Yeah, that's what I need to do.
Yeah.
Okay.
Uh-oh, he brought me two again.
Very good.
Oh, that's okay. Thank you. Oh, he didn't. No.
Wow.
Oh, okay. Awesome. Thank you, man.
There you go.
Pays to know people.
That's it. Whole cup full of cream or milk, whatever it is.
Whatever.
Yeah. And I've never really had feelings this way, bittersweet,
Yeah.
No regrets about going, that's for sure. But just knowing that, like sitting here, look at this place.
I know.
Paul.
I know.
And
what about this?
Yeah.
When you get there, is that going to exist? Do you have someone there that you can hang
Not really.
with? No.
No. We're going to have to keep the communications line open.
Right. I know we'll be on StreamYard or on Messenger or whatever.
Yeah.
That'll never stop. But is that something that you give any thought to, or no? You're kind of like so excited about seeing
that's
the kids
another thing that's unknown.
Yeah.
A lot of unknowns.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's going to be that common to find somebody that I feel so comfortable with.
Well, I think that you'll make friends if you do your dealio in Mexico and you get into like a community area of expats.
Yeah.
Isn't that kind of the plan in a way?
Yeah.
It seems like the safest option to me is to be, almost not necessarily in a fortified compound.
Yeah,
or anything, but a community where there's a lot of Americanos or Canadians or whatever that are there.
Right.
And that way you can strike up some friendships, some acquaintances, and some mutual interest and all that good stuff.
I just hope, well, before I came here, I think I was like middle 60s or so. Unless I started to say graduated. I actually retired when I was like 57.
Jeez.
I was really young. And
cookies for Bud.
Then 2 years in Mexico, 58, 59. I was about 60. Yeah, that makes sense because 72, 73 now. So yeah, probably 61 when I came here. So I was fairly young when I came here. But I may have told you this, when I got here and started meeting expats, man, they all had some mental illness or something. And I'm saying, is that what it takes to live here? That's what I was thinking. Is that what it takes to live here? You got to kind of have a, a twist in your mentality. But then I realized that the normal people, what I consider the good guys, are under the radar. They come here to have a simple life, just to mind their own business and not stick out. And it takes time to get to know them.
Yeah. That's a good point. Yeah, because the guys that are loud and obnoxious and all that good stuff, they can't help but stand out. You can't help but notice them. The squeaky wheel, right?
That's
Just
it.
the grease.
Yeah.
So they always get all the attention.
Yep.
And then you don't realize, that there's a bunch of roses amongst that one thorn.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Yeah. So it takes time, and I think it'll take time in Mexico or wherever we end up to get to know. And I'm willing to do that. I mean, you know.
Yeah. And Gloria, she's tripped out. She's happy as a clam.
She's happy.
Because she preferred it in America, right?
Right. And
did she come over here kicking and screaming, or was it pretty mutual?
She was kind of, we'll see.
Okay.
Kind of thing.
All right.
Of course, the
But
main.
she didn't give you a heart, because 12 years is a long time. So I got to figure she liked something about it.
Well, that's what I figured. But some people are in the habit of complaining. And I think they're even in their comfort zone because they've done it. And that's kind of weird to say that.
No, man,
but I
know guys like that, and I've 86'd them out of my life.
Yeah.
Because all they do is complain.
Yeah.
It's just like, how are you? And then you're sorry you asked.
Yeah.
Because they tell you.
Yeah. You want to know? Well, but I think it may be a habit, or I don't know exactly. And then when I talk about how much I enjoy it here, of course, I've been accused, wearing rose-colored glasses, and you don't see you don't have the real. And I've noticed too that on videos, the real Dumagetti, usually you know what that implies. Something bad.
Right.
Why can't the real Dumagetti be something good?
Right. Why can't it be nice?
I know it. The real, or the truth. The truth about Dumagetti.
Yeah.
Of course, your first reaction, what is it that I don't know? The truth is, I love it here, I love it so much, I'm leaving it.
Can't wait to get the hell out.
Yeah, it's not Dumagetti, it's me, I'm breaking up. Dumagetti is not you.
Yeah, it's not you, honey.
No.
It's my fault.
It's my fault, it's me.
Yeah, I'm deficient.
Yeah, I love you too much, and
I'm not good enough for you.
I'm not good. That's it, right
you
there.
Deserve much
I'm
more
not
than
good
me.
enough for you. Yeah, and that's something. But I'm a little bit disappointed because I haven't traveled so much as I wanted to. But I keep telling myself, hold on here, Hoss. You've enjoyed your life so much. Time has gone by so fast. Are you going to complain about enjoying your time here? What?
Yeah, right. Right.
So on one hand, it has been so comfortable, so relaxing, so enjoyable, so great that the time has flown by. But on the other hand, I kind of wish I would have traveled, but I'm not going to dwell on that.
Well, I think I got something that'll maybe resolve that a little bit for you.
Yeah.
So I had the same feeling.
Yeah.
Is that especially during the pandemic, because we were all kicking the stalls during the pandemic. We
Yeah.
wanted out. And all I wanted to do was travel. And I think I wanted to go because they said I couldn't. You know what I mean? You're not allowed on the
There
bus,
you
you're
go.
not allowed on the
Okay,
plane, you're not
see.
allowed on the ferry.
Yeah.
And I wanted to go to Bahal, and I wanted to go here, and I've never seen Iloilo, and I've never done this, and I've never done that. But the bit of traveling that I've done is my conclusion has always been, well, it looks just like where I came from. I mean, it's different, but it's the same. It's the same
I've heard
architecture.
that.
It's the same. This has got a sorry store, and this one's got a laundromat. There's a 7-Eleven. There's a hotel. There's a place to go get something to eat. There's a Sans Revol. There's this. There's that. But it's different, but it's the same. And then I bumped into a dude the other day, and he said, "You know what, man?" He says, he just got here. He called me up. We had coffee. And he says, I've been spending a year and a half traveling
There you go.
all over the place.
Okay.
And he decided that, he said, after seeing this place, that place, all the aforementioned plus many others, he said, this place makes the most sense to me. But then, without me prompting him, he says, you know what, man? It all looks alike. And so it sort of solidified my,
Uh-huh.
you know, I thought, well, maybe I haven't gone far enough, or maybe I haven't
Yeah.
done this. And granted, there's places with great white sand beaches and
Yeah.
all that, but how much
Yeah.
of that do you need?
I have heard that. Guys that have traveled
Yeah.
around. And they
Yeah.
said, man, Dumagetti's pretty hard to beat.
Yeah, yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
It's got, there's not a whole lot of difference, but here, just the vibe and everything. I mean, in addition to being pretty much the same as everything else, but
Right.
the vibe itself, the
Right.
atmosphere.
Right.
He said, so, you know, I'll take their word for it.
Now, you've been here a long time,
Uh-huh.
twice as long as I have. Have you seen, do you think that there's too many, I hear all the time there's too many expats, and I don't hear it all the time, I'm
Yeah.
exaggerating,
Yeah,
but I
yeah,
hear
yeah,
it frequently, that there's too many expats there. Now, have you seen a big increase in expats since day one?
I have
Yeah.
a lot.
A lot.
Traffic and expats have both increased a lot.
Uh-huh.
But I feel, hey, as long as they behave, as long as they are good representative of foreigners, that's fine. You know, it'll show the locals that, you know, we are good people. And
Do you think it's driving up prices?
I've heard that, but then I've heard some pushback on that.
Okay.
Because that's what I thought about Valencia. I heard, you know, the expats are gravitating there, the prices are going up.
Uh-huh.
But someone who is is buying land,
Yep.
he's basically an American, but he's a Filipino citizen. He was born here, but kind of grew up in
Copy.
the States.
Yeah.
He said, no, it's, he didn't believe so. But of course, land and prices, that's off my radar. You know.
Right.
I don't really
you
know.
can't really
But,
comment on it. It's something
yeah.
you're not doing.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
You like the dating. You're asking me about a dating?
Yeah.
I'm not the one
I know.
to talk about dating.
Funny. How do you meet girls, bud?
Yeah. 2 words. Why not?
Yeah. Why not? Oh my
Yeah. So, you know, I think it's all around the world is the same thing. When people that are more fluent move into a neighborhood, and I'm assuming I'm not a business person by any stretch of the imagination, but the market will, how they say, will be just as much as it can bear. If you can, you know.
No, I get it. Yep.
So, but then there's, oh, by the way, I was going to tell you, just between me and you, of course.
Yes, yeah.
You know, I was kind of frustrated. One of the very last things that I had to do before we left was my musical instruments.
Oh yeah, the guitar.
Yeah, and I struggle with, on one hand, it's a good guitar, good quality, and I want to sell it, and like you said, hey, $100 is better than nothing. And that was always in my mind. But on the other hand, I thought that would be a super donation. But if it was going to be a donation, it had to be to the right person.
Yes.
Not to a person who never wanted to play guitar, not to the person who has several guitars.
Yeah, the collector.
Right. So, lo and behold, our neighbor, who is loaning us this multicab till we leave,
Yeah.
his daughter said she borrows people's guitar and she's just learning. I thought, oh, here we go, perfect. All the way around. They're helping us so much.
Amen.
And this would help them,
Yeah.
this would help her, and
Cool.
she just fits the qualification.
Perfect.
So one night, they came over.
You want me to talk to her?
Hello, my love. Okay, everything cool? All right. Okay, Paul, Paul's telling me I gotta get off the phone, honey. Bye. She giggled before she said bye. You know, Paul. It's either that one or, honey, I'm stuck in traffic. I can't talk right now. But they come over. And I videoed it. I don't know if I'll ever show it or not, but I wanted to video just for general principles. And I said, well, here's the guitar. And she looked at it, and I could tell the way she held it, it's like somebody just beginning. They're not quite sure.
Oh, wow.
And she knew some chords, some simple chords, and I said, here's a pick. And now some have learned to play. There's kind of like pick users and finger picking. And I'm a pick user.
Okay.
But there's different styles of music too. And so she's 23, by the way. And I think she's a teacher. Just starting. So she was playing a song. Of course, it was very beginning, but I thought, man, this is just perfect. And then I thought to myself, still got my fiddle. And I would, the perfect situation is if she would like to also learn to play the violin. But I don't know if somebody just starting a guitar, which is different fingers, different strings, that's a different thing altogether.
Different animal, yeah.
Yeah. So I said, well, I have a violin that I would like to, I think I said donate, whatever, because I'm trying to pick my words very,
Yeah.
She said, oh, her eyes, I said, oh, okay. When she goes, oh, like that, I said, all right, that was a good indication. That,
Yeah.
And so I took it out, and she made the typical beginner mistake. I mean, the bow, like if here's a thing, and the strings are going this way, the bow is supposed to be perpendicular this way. Of course, she's going like this and going around.
Like seesaw.
Yeah.
Like
And then
that,
and then she kind of grabbing it like this.
Yeah.
No, just you hold it like this.
Yeah.
And so I showed her a little bit. Oh man. And so I said, would you like to? I'm really, I feel awkward because I've heard guys tell other people that they want to help, get whatever you need in here. I mean, what kind of a store, right? Get what you need, And that's awkward.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's.
I don't want to say it's degrading or anything like that, but you can say, here, would you like to have this or could that? Don't say, hey, get whatever you need or.
Right.
Otherwise, okay, let's.
Yeah.
So that's why I wanted her to have it, but I didn't want her to feel obligated. I got to take it. But I could see in her expression that she tried to play, and I said, well, just go take each string and go da da da, next string da da da, the baby steps.
Sure.
Da da, and she was doing it, and I thought, oh man, that's perfect. And then that's been about a week.
So you did give her both.
I gave her both, and her parents said every night she practices every night.
Which one did she prefer?
Perfect. Well, she was playing the guitar, so she was like on a 1 to 10. She was about a 2 or a 3 on the guitar, but the violin was like a 0. But she is very interested in it.
Yeah. So she'd been playing the guitar every night.
Yeah. I know she had a left-handed guitar there that she did.
Yeah. And you know what? When I took guitar lessons.
Oh.
And they made me play like this.
Oh, no.
And I said, this isn't comfortable. And they go, well, this is how you're supposed to play. I go, but this isn't comfortable to me. And I said, this feels comfortable.
Yeah.
I can do this really easy. I'm
Paul
left-handed. Yeah, Paul McCartney. And you gotta.
When I first wanted to play the fiddle, I went to, of course I was teaching, they had a music class there. So I went to the music teacher. Oh my gosh, you talk about the Nazi teacher. Tap this way, put it like this. And she said, I want to put a ping pong ball there, this on the violin, and it shouldn't roll at all, because if it rolls, that means you're not holding it parallel. It's got to be parallel to the ground, hold it like this. Like this, I'm saying to myself, this is not going to, inside, I said, I'd be,
when's the
sorry,
bell ring?
I'm pretty sure I'm going to be busy for the next lesson. Oh my gosh. So in teaching, it has to be, if it's not enjoyable, and you could have,
well, you know what, I'll tell you something. I still can.
You what?
I still can.
Okay.
I watched a movie with Jim Carrey, and I can't remember any names of any movies.
Yeah.
But I think it was Jim Carrey, and for some reason he just set his mind. It was the whole movie was he taught himself to do stuff.
Okay.
And one day he just said, I'm going to learn to play the guitar.
There you go.
And he got a book, and the next thing you know, of course in the movie everything works, but and on and on and on.
Right,
and on.
yeah.
And I thought, what's stopping me
Right.
from starting tomorrow if I really want to play
Yeah.
a guitar?
Yeah.
Talking to people. I'm watching. The reason I say it is I'm watching May with the struggle with the scooter, and then I got on the scooter with her, and I just talked calmly to her.
Yes.
And what do you know? She's zipping up and down the road now with the friggin' dog in a backpack
There
on
you
a
go.
scooter.
Yeah.
And now we're having,
Yeah.
Groundhog Day. We're repeating with the
Yeah.
car. She's
Yeah.
getting all these instructions from people, and
Yeah.
she's all tense and nervous, and comes home.
Yeah.
She says, "My back hurts. The guy makes me go like
Yeah.
this."
Yeah, come
And
on.
I spent 15 minutes with her, and she
Yeah.
goes, "Hey, this isn't so bad. This
Right.
is relaxing." So
Yeah.
I got to thinking, well, I told you about this story.
There you go.
It just kind of clicked in my head. What the hell?
Yeah.
I could go buy a $15 guitar, and if they make such a thing, and go on YouTube. And
Sure. Oh,
say,
YouTube's
how do you do
wonderful
it?
for that.
And I can try it. And if I like it, great. If I don't, it's a $15 guitar.
Yeah, come on. Yeah.
Give it to the kid next door.
I definitely believe in self-improvement.
Yeah.
And you really can do a lot of
Yeah.
stuff that,
Yeah.
well, it's the typical example of, I forgot his name, that broke the 4-minute mile, Baron or something, but said, no, it's humanly impossible. And then when he did, he did just by a fraction of a second.
Yeah.
But suddenly it opened the floodgates. It can be done.
Yeah.
And people have done
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, our mind can hold us back from.
Sometimes I think our mind holds us back more than propelling us forward,
Yeah.
just because of attitude.
Attitude, that's a big deal.
That is the key, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It really is.
If I find myself when I'm focused, and I really, really just focus,
Yep.
then not only do I do it, but I do it really well.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
And 2 days ago, I was thinking, oh man, I'm thinking about the pain involved and whatever it is I got to do.
Yeah.
And I put it off. I'm a procrastinator.
Oh, man,
But boy, what a feeling of victory when
Yeah. Yeah.
This morning, I told you I had to call America, and that's why I was going to be late today. And I made the phone call, and I was dreading the phone call because I thought, this is going to be complicated. You know, I got to talk about all this stuff with this person. And I hung up the phone and said, well, that was cool.
Yeah. That didn't hurt too much.
That was easy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Here I was being all,
That's it, Paul. That's it.
So
Yeah.
I say, you know what, every day is just, I don't know, I had this little epiphany. I have these every now and then. But I've decided that this month is going to be a month where I start taking my own advice. And I'm gonna be moving in a much more solitary kind of environment this month. My time has been swallowed up by a lot of other people.
Yeah.
And you and I suffer from the same thing, is that we're people pleasers. Do you agree or not?
Yeah.
Or I mean, I am.
People pleaser?
People pleaser.
Yeah, right, sure. You want to be liked.
I want to like people, and I want them to like me, and I want to be
of course.
nice and accommodating
Right,
and take
yeah.
my time.
Yeah.
And then I realized that, man, I didn't really get much done last month. Why is that? Well, it's because so-and-so and this guy and that guy, and
Yeah.
I had to be here and go there
Yeah.
and do this and yappa.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you privately, because I don't want it to go out on this video, but about how someone told another person no. And I thought, wow, that was blunt. But it worked.
It worked.
You know? And so my new word for this month is no.
That's not easy for somebody that's,
And that's
not
hard
used to
for
saying
me because I love saying yes and let's get together and let's have a good time.
Right.
But I need to just do a shift for 1 month.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And just see if there's any consequences. Maybe negative, maybe positive,
But you'll know.
but at least I'll know.
Yeah.
And I'll never know if I don't try.
I think I may have told you about when I was at McDonald's, the new drive-through. This was many years ago. It's a Americano. He stopped and he said, I was walking to go get my refill or something. Hey, how you doing there? Where you from? Typical opening. I said, well, I'm from California. And he said, oh, is that a? And then he said, hey, I'm I'm short of whatever, $2 or $3 or 200 or 300 pesos. He said, I'll be getting my pension in a couple of days. Can you spare? And I think it's been a while back, but I think I said, well, let me see. Should have said. So I think I did have a couple hundred pesos. There you go. And he said, okay, don't worry. He said, you can trust me. Okay. And I went, and I was sitting back, and then there's some other Americanos sitting there having coffee chat. And he got up and started walking. I said, uh-oh, he's going to ask them, see what happens. So, of course, my ears perked up, and he goes, I couldn't hear that well, but blah, 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 blah. And the guy said, no, I don't know money. And he went back to what he was
right back to his business.
Yeah. And then the guy said, I mean, he didn't slug him or strangle him or nothing. He just went, okay. I said, what?
See, that's how I am.
Yeah.
I would have been the same way. I got it. Well, yeah, what is it? Yeah, okay, I can afford to lose it, so maybe the guy really is hungry, but the other guy, I don't know money.
Well, I saw the guy about a month later.
Did you ever get your money back?
Yeah, I asked him. And I'm saying, man, am I being a jerk? Only talking $2, $3, $4.
Right.
But, hey, how you doing? I said, hey, did you ever get that money that you borrowed from me? Oh, yeah, I'm sorry about that. And then he gave it to me. But, so I even felt funny on that. Would you pay me back what you said you were going to do? But I'm thinking, man, what a jerk I am. I was thinking,
No, you're not. You gave the guy what he asked for.
Yeah.
You helped him out supposedly at the time.
Yeah.
And now you just want, it's not like you're asking for interest.
Yeah.
You just want it back, basically on principle.
I read a book one time, basically how to say no.
Yeah.
And the two things that I got from it, one, you can't set yourself on fire to keep somebody else warm.
Right.
I thought that was a great, and
That's
another
a great
one,
line.
Don't say, I can't do this, just say, I don't do this. Because when you say I can't, that means there's a possibility that maybe you could sometime. But if you say I don't, that's your
choice.
person.
Yeah.
That's your I don't.
Yeah.
I don't drink to excess, or I don't do something.
Right.
Oh, okay. So I don't loan money.
Right.
Well, even as I say it coming out my mouth, it sounds kind of strange.
Well, it's kind of like falling back on company policy.
There you go.
You know what I mean?
That's exactly
You ask
it.
a person at the store, did you do this? Well, that's against company policy.
That's it.
I mean, I'd love to do it for you, but I
Yeah.
can't because I'd lose my job.
Yeah.
So if you just say, no, I don't do that, it's like saying it's against my personal policy.
Yeah.
I don't do that.
You want me to be 7 foot tall, but hey, I'm only 5 feet tall, so I can't. I can't. Or not. No, I can't. I don't.
Right.
You remember that.
Right.
So anyway, and I remember being pushed around. What a wuss I was, especially when I was younger. And I remember we worked at this one place, and the gal said, hey, we want to do this, but we got to get everybody together. I said, don't worry about Bud. He'll agree to whatever we decide. I thought to myself, oh, that's cold, man. And it was true, though. But shall we do this or don't want to do that? Might say, well, whatever you decide will be fine with me. I thought that was a positive trait,
Yeah.
Agreeable.
Yeah.
And whatever you decide will be fine with me.
Yeah.
But it was really a pushover attitude. Oh, and I told you, I don't know if I told you this, one time when I was in Vietnam, I was in the PX, which Navy calls it BX, Army calls it PX. It was an Army base, but anyway, a store. This guy over there, Army dude, and he says, hey, Brown. And I looked, because I had our names on our uniform. And he says, he had this album going through the LPs and said, is this album any good? And I said, I don't know, I've never even heard of it before. He said, why don't you buy it? If it's any good, I'll buy it from you. You know what I should have said? Hey, what are you? But you know what I said, Paul?
What?
I don't really have a record player. As though if I had one, I'd be happy to
do that.
Oh, what a wuss.
Was the guy serious?
Yeah, he was serious.
He wasn't just joking around?
He says, you buy it. If it's any good, I'll buy it from you. Wow, what a nice guy.
What a great deal.
Yeah, that's the ultimate.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Oh, man, I still remember that like it was yesterday.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
I'm gonna remember that. I'm gonna use that on somebody sometime.
Yeah. Once you buy it, if it's
Yeah,
buy
once
this
you
car,
buy it.
you know, if it's not a lemon, I'll buy it from you.
At a discount.
Of course. Used by that time. Oh my. Yeah. But you know, I've grown some.
Well, I'm glad your guitar got a good home. So you were going back and forth on that.
Yeah. So actually, there's nothing left. It's
You're done?
yeah.
Have you got anything left to unload, or are you done?
Nothing to unload. No, it's just I told Gloria even we don't have the maximum baggage allowance either.
Awesome.
You know, there's 2 check-in and then 1 carry-on.
So you're going to fly from here to Manila.
Yep.
And
About
then-
3 hours later.
Okay. Oh, you got a 3-hour wait? Mm-hmm. That is perfect.
Perfect is right.
That is the golden number for Manila, brother.
Right.
Because they won't book you unless you got 2 hours.
Oh.
Did you know that?
No.
The lady, when I went to America last year, yeah, I went to the brick and mortar building to talk to a lady about the ticket, some change I needed to make.
Yeah.
And she told me, she goes, yeah, Manila is so, she didn't say it, but it's so wackadoodle and disorganized and goofy that you got to have at least 2 hours because you got Terminal 1, 3, this, that, the other.
Yeah.
And you may have to transfer the terminals and take a bus, and then you can't find the bus, or the bus is late.
Yeah.
And so she says, you need 2 hours in Manila.
Yeah.
So you got 3.
Yeah.
You're golden.
Yeah.
That way you can get in, you can check in your stuff, you can find your gate, and that whole process will probably take you at least an hour, hour and a half.
Yeah.
Just to go through security, just to go through whatever mishmash you go through as immigration, if you do through anything.
Well, I was told that nowadays, it may have been even when you had gone, but nowadays there's a U.S. inspection as well as the regular Philippine. You go through the Philippine, you know, X-ray and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Then you go out the terminal. My brother was just telling me last night. He said you're facing the terminal. You turn right, and there's another people that are going to the U.S. They got to do the inspection. They open everything up and
an extra layer of security or
extra
something?
layer. It's only for going to the
I
U.S.
didn't know that. Of course, it's been a year.
Yeah. So that I'm not. I mean, I don't know why you would be nervous about that. It's just I don't want to take a whole lot of time.
Yeah. I had this dude come up to the house this morning, and he was just a nice guy. And he said, "Hey, man, I'm going to Vegas tomorrow.
Oh.
And can I bring you anything?" And I said, "No." But I said, "Why are you going to Vegas?" And he said, "I'm going for a week. I got to do my taxes like everybody
of course,
else.
that happens
you know,
at this time
blah,
of the
blah,
year.
blah."
Right.
And he's one of these guys that owns a business, and so it's not simple. You know, like for me, you just go online and there it goes.
Yeah.
But I said, "You're going to Vegas?" I said, "I went in March last year, and the prices were psycho." He goes, "Well, I'm renting a car." And I said, "Well, how much is a car?"
Yeah.
He said, "Well, on such and such a website, it's $41. I said, "What? $41 a day?" He goes, "Yeah." Because when I checked, they were like $150 a day. And he goes, "Well, that was because of the chip shortage of the cars and everything else."
Chip shortage.
So I said, "I'll tell you what you can bring me, brother. And you don't need to bring me anything physical. I want you to call me if possible from there, because I'm messenger, or just write down how much things cost."
Yeah.
In other words, I don't care about your airfare because that's ambiguous. I could go at any time and shop that. But how much is a hotel these days in Vegas?
Yeah.
How much is a rental car?
Yeah.
Can I get a rental car with my Philippines driver's license? Is that illegal? I don't honestly know. However, I think it is because people come from all over the world to Vegas and rent cars and vans. So I don't know.
Somebody told me recently that my Filipino driver's license is no good.
No bueno.
No bueno.
That's what I need to know. Why would I go all the way over there to rent a car if my Philippine, because my driver's license in America expired.
Mine did too.
No point in renewing it. And,
Yeah.
So I don't know. So he's going to answer those questions for
Okay.
me. So I'm excited about
That'll
that.
be good.
And maybe you can too.
Yeah.
Once you get over there.
Right. Right.
I'll be able to pick your brain.
Yeah.
And then,
It wouldn't take long.
no, it'd be easy. You know, you're there the last day of the clearance sale. Our shelves are pretty bare at this point in time. I get these guys, Mark Thornton, he's got that channel. He goes, people write him all the time. He goes, I just want to pick your brain. He's like, it's Slim Pickens, pal.
Slim Pickens. I may have told you Rod, who I want to see before I go. I don't know if you remember Rod.
Yeah.
Anyway, I said, I think we're probably on the same page concerning different topics. He said, well, hopefully it's a blank page. Here's the blank page, and we're on the same page. So that's a good one. Yeah. I just don't have a lot of opinions on that. Why? Well.
So you've got 6-7 more days.
Yeah.
And you're Dunsky.
This time, next week,
you'll be out of here.
You won't have Bud Brown to kick around much
anymore.
longer.
Boy, oh boy.
That's Friday. This is Friday, right? Yeah.
This is Friday. If it's Friday, I must be sitting with Bud Brown. That's been our routine. I think we found a pretty cool place to hang out.
Nice.
You know,
I was a little bit nervous when the sun was coming out, but it seemed to be behaving okay.
You want to move?
No, I'm fine. How about you?
Oh, cool. Yeah.
I mean, I'll accommodate you. You know, like I always do. But you want my hat? Got two hats. I've only worn this one for the last year and a half. And I'm going to keep it, but my other hat, I'll probably leave it there. Yeah, I think I've told you that. You know, when we leave that house, it's going to look like, man, these people, it was, what's it called in the end times when people...
Yeah.
I forgot the word, but anyway, rapture.
Rapture, yeah.
Oh, man, Bud, Gloria must have been rapture. Food's still on the...
Yeah, that's what you should do.
Coffee's still hot.
Leave the coffee pot on.
Yeah. Oh, man. But yeah, this morning I told Gloria, I said, we've got one little carry-on that's our clothing.
Really?
Yeah.
Now let me ask you this: are you going to just start fresh with clothes when you get over there? I would. It's time.
Yeah. You know? Actually, the clothing we've been wearing it for years and years. You know.
I know.
And so, yeah, I'll have 2 or 3 T-shirts, maybe a polo shirt, a long pair of pants, short pair of pants. I've got 2 pairs of shoes. One are these. This is quite a bit better tan yours. Remember we discussed that?
You always have nicer stuff than me.
Yeah. Well, that's to be expected.
If I had your money, things would be different.
But I've got one, and it was donated. Everything's donated.
Yeah.
They're slip-on
People do like
shoes.
this. Every day there's just about tithe, like a bring offerings. And
Oh, pass the plate.
Yeah, stir Bud.
Bless you, I better shut
Bless
up.
me.
Put my tongue. But you know, and speaking of kind of religious concepts.
Yeah.
And you too, I'm sure, you do things not for future reward, but because you want to do it, and there's an immediate gratification and reward.
Immediate hit. Yeah.
Yeah. Not, I'm going to do this because when
I'll get paid back in the future kind of thing.
In the future. No. Karma will repay you.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I do believe that, you know, you reap what you sow. I do believe that.
Yeah.
But that's not the reason that I'm, you know, that I do something in a, well, I don't want to say donate or in a charitable way.
Right.
Because as we've talked before, there's immediate feedback.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Well,
But no good deed goes unpunished. I've done that too.
That too.
Man, oh man, I've been beat up trying to help somebody doing something, and I have just had my, I don't want to say it, kicked in. Yeah. Just right between the old, you know what.
Yeah.
Good Lord.
Yeah.
And,
yeah, you're right there.
Man. But you know what? I refuse to let it stop me.
That's it.
And so much of that kind of behavior, I keep totally under the radar. You know, completely.
Yeah.
And I found that to be better.
Yeah.
But it never ceases to amaze me. That's what I think I'm going to really miss you when you go, buddy. Because we don't have any of that crap, you know. Yeah. I mean, if I was to give you a solid, I wouldn't feel like you had to repay me or anything like that.
Yeah.
And you wouldn't backstab me after I did something cool or not cool. Not even not cool. You wouldn't backstab me, you know.
Well,
it's just, I don't know. People tend to let me down every now and then. And it almost prevents you from doing something nice for the next guy.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
But you never know when's the next guy really the guy.
Yeah.
You know, you got to kiss a few frogs before you find your prince or princess.
Right.
So.
Well, when I knew that this was a solid relationship, and I probably told you, I think I've told you several times, it's when and I don't want to admit it, that I had forgot that we had a coffee date, you know, I mean, years ago at Nasbury.
Yeah.
And
I remember that.
I was in the middle of something. And you call it, are we still on?
You still remember that?
Oh, that left it. Well, I kind of wanted to grovel. Hey, man, I'm sorry. You said, oh, that's okay. We still love you, you know. And I thought, oh, man, what a guy, you know. I mean, when
stuff happens, man.
Yeah.
You know, I've canceled on you, but I've called you up and said, hey, I'm sick.
Yeah.
Today, last night I called you.
Yeah.
Because I said, I'm going to be late.
It was early, too, about 6 o'clock in the morning.
I want to make sure I woke you up.
I'd been up a while.
I figured.
But, oh, man, what's the cushions on these things?
I know.
When I go across the big pond, we're going to have to calculate time, day.
Actually, you know what I found to be good was by making this phone call today, really simplified things.
Okay.
It was about 5 o'clock, 4:30. I was talking to a tax lady, and she was wrapping things up about 4:30, and I called her at 7:30 in the morning. So
she was wrapping things up at 4:30.
At her office. Yeah, and she's in LA, I want to say.
Okay.
So actually, I don't think with the way I wake up and the way you go to bed, that we're going to really be too far off a schedule.
I don't think so.
And the best thing is always just to send a text first.
There you go.
Even though I always rudely call you, just whenever I feel like it.
I hate it when that happens. Oh man, what a great
When did
morning.
it come to we had to ask permission to make phone calls?
I
think it's because of video. That's what I don't like. I really don't like video calls. I mean, I like just talking on the phone, but I don't necessarily need to see you while we're talking. And then again, you might be in a compromising position.
Right.
You know what I mean? Or your wife might be behind you and she's in a compromising position.
Yeah.
So I don't like it when people start off calling me. I don't mind if they call me because I can look at it and see Bud Brown and I definitely don't answer it.
Right.
You know, I just go, forget that.
Yeah.
But then if I do hit accept, I want to be able to talk to them, but I don't necessarily need them to see me or me see them. So I think that's what makes me a little queasy about the phone calls. But back in the day, the phone used to ring. And everybody used to just pick it up and say, hello, you know, Brown residents.
Yeah.
And that was that. But
Yeah. Well, it was our daughter. That's one thing that she always answers. If she doesn't answer, she will return as soon as she can.
Yeah.
But here, we have to realize there's so many factors. You can't get upset at me because for some reason I hadn't answered your phone. I don't mean you naturally, but I mean, I mean you could be driving, could be in the shower. So many things.
Guys that live over here realize that too.
Yeah.
So like Joe Blow will send me a text.
Yeah.
And I'll text him right back. And then, what do you know? it's time to hop on the bike and go.
Yeah.
So we hop on the bike and go. And he's texted me back from my text to him, and it's 2 hours later.
Right.
And Joe Blow doesn't get mad. He knows that maybe the internet went down. You know, out here there's a lot of, so many variables.
Yeah.
I did have one guy in America accuse me of blowing him off. And I said, we had a brownout, bro.
Yeah.
I said, 3 minutes. I said, this is a true story. Guy called me for whatever reason.
Yeah.
And I said, okay, I'll call you right back. And I went to call him back, and poof, out went the lights. So when I did get through to him, he called me a liar. He says, you can call when the electricity's out, because I can do it from my Verizon. And I wrote him right back. I said, well, sport, I don't have Verizon. I don't have a SIM card that'll call America. I got to rely on the internet. And if you don't believe me, go ask Mr. Google. See you later, bye. I don't like your attitude.
Yeah.
There you go, pal.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Anybody calls me a liar, and I start off with an apology, and I say, I'm sorry, I had a brownout.
Yeah.
You know? If I didn't want to talk to you, I would never have called you back to begin with.
Right. Yeah. No, you just have to take things as they come, and patience and flexibility are the main words for survival here. I'm very curious even how my attitude is going to be in the States. Am I going to get wound up, you know? Am I going to be too relaxed and not, you know?
I just did an interview with a woman, who lived with her husband for 3 years in the States. Well, more than that, 5 years maybe.
Yeah.
And has been back in the Philippines for 3 years. And she really perked my ears up, because we had lunch about a month and a half ago, and I just recently came over here and did a video with her. But I said, how did you like living in America? And the first word out of her mouth was, too much stress.
Oh, yeah.
And I was fascinated. The minute she said that, my ears perked up. And I said, explain that. And she explained, she goes, it doesn't matter how much money we made. It was just kept going out the door and kept going out. And we'd work harder and we'd work harder, and it was never enough. And she said, we come over here and we've only got X amount of dollars per month because of the fixed income thing, but we don't have any stress because we can stay within our budget, and we don't have to bust a move to cover some unforeseen thing. And I was fascinated by that coming from a Filipino.
So many, well, even sitting here, I don't feel pressure or stress, or hey boys, you've been sitting here, you've only had a coffee or two, we got other customers, you need to move along. You know, not at all.
None.
Even if we sat here and ordered nothing. So what?
Right.
You know?
Well, nobody wants confrontation. You know, and if we're not bothered, all the tables here are empty. So what the hell do they care? As far as they know, we're staying at the hotel. And they don't know. You know, but no, the whole thing too that relieves me is, like, I had this month, I had unexpected expenses. We had a medical thing with May's family that I took care of, and then in driving school I paid for that. And so blah, blah, blah. A good chunk of the budget went out the window. And so I said, well, I'm going to have to move money over early, which I will, because we're coming down to the last, hurrah here. But I thought to myself, you know what? If this really was the only amount of money that I had left, I could stretch this puppy for 3 more weeks. You know what I mean? I could really make it work. Because of the opportunity that's here, really basically food-wise is all I'm talking about. Where do I eat? Do I come here where we're paying top dollar for a cup of coffee?
Premium.
Right? Or do I just have a home brew and eat a couple of bananas and go down to the local dealio and get a 50-cent cup of soup and put something on my stomach? No problem. That to me just reduces stress. You really have to get yourself into a real quandary out here. You know what I mean? To run out of money. Or run short of money.
Right. When usually, if we have so much that lasts us a week or whatever, even though I have money saved up, but
Yeah.
you know, I don't want to touch it.
Right.
That's when I go to McDonald's, get a large coffee for your refill, and sit there and enjoy it. And
Exactly.
I like the coffee; it's good. But like I said, free refill.
Right.
Hey, you know, there's certain or eat something minimal. You know, that's well, I think the bottom line is Filipino food is very inexpensive.
Super
and, you know, all these
inexpensive.
places, but all depends. You want a hamburger, cheeseburger,
Right.
you know, bacon and eggs, sausage. Gotta pay
You can
for
always put something on your stomach
it. Yeah.
and get through the day.
There you go. Yeah.
Get through the week.
Yeah.
To me, that relieves pressure and stress.
Yeah.
And I don't have to do it, but knowing that I can.
Knowing
for
that
some
you
reason,
could
it's
if you
just
needed to.
part of the relaxation factor of
Right.
living in a country like this.
Yeah. Well, my friend,
I'll shut this thing off. We've only been talking for an hour and 15 minutes.